Hey guys, this is Abby here. We're back in Dragon's Dogma. Sorry about the odd cutoff point there, reaching about the 30-minute mark, and my hard drive needs a bit of cleaning. So I was running out of room, but needless to say, what you guys missed was basically we woke up, had a bit of existential crisis, the dragon said, come at me bro, and that's about it. So now we gotta gear up. We get to kind of choose our starting vocation. Now there's like, I think 3 or 4 other like trees in each vocation, and you can eventually switch around to whatever vocation you like. So we got the fighter, which is basically warrior. Nope. Sword, shield, melee specialist. Strider, bows and daggers. You can do both or go one way or the other. And the mage. Basically, we'll start out. We won't really have much in the way of attacking, but we'll mainly be buffing other people. So, warrior's starting to fit. Strider, not really. Mage, you could do it. Possibly. I kind of want to start with mage, but those are kind of tricky and not great to start out with. Let's start out as a fighter. I said I wasn't. I said I didn't want to do this, but I'm afraid we're going to have to. Pretty soon we're going to be able to switch it up. Like I said, we'll be able to switch to whatever class we like and mix things up a bit. Yep. Alright, so we get a shield and sword. Basic setup. Next thing to do in all RPGs is loot the hell out of the place. Herbs. Use some empty flask for that.
You say it left a glowing scar?
Yes. The wound has closed, and it seems the worst has passed, but his heart lies silent.
If you would face me.
Yeah, that. Real silent.
Horrors?
Yes.
Ill magic, the work of some curse. The whole world's already gone mad for fear of this dragon. Won't no good come of this? I must go see to the others, Kina. Tell me if aught changes here.
All right.
Like permanently pissed off. This allows us to alter attributes. We'll mess around with that in a second.
You should be abed. I wish you would not strain yourself so. I'm worried for you, cuz.
I worry for me too at this point. I got my heart ripped out by a giant ass dragon, and now my chest is talking to me. And yeah, no, what do I play right now? Unfortunately, the bed does not let me sleep again. Though I'd love to just pump myself full of food and go into sleep coma. Not gonna work. So, I'm gonna take some things off your hands. Mainly fruits, plants, anything edible. No. Let's see, gotta see, was that all just water or was it any oil? Oil would be nice to have around because we do have a lantern. And I believe, I'm not sure if it runs out of fuel. I forget, it's been a while, guys. It has been a while. I'll grab some water for now. No, the jug doesn't let us fill it up? That's silly. Okay. And now we go free into the world. Amazingly little looks damaged right now. Except that one burned out little boat there. So we can kind of jump around. This does allow for 3D movement. There won't be too much of that. There's a couple. Is that gonna allow us to get down there? Yep. Hidden chest. Well, not really hidden. Flamika, I have no idea what that is. Hello, fisherman. Raise your affinity with people by giving them items, completing quests. Performing actions with people will dislike will decrease affinity for it, like stealing things. Fortunately, though, I think we aren't really going to be coming back here where we have like a fixed affinity here. Yeah, still hit the stupid flask. Now, there's not a whole lot to do here. Go check out the beach. I'm not sure if there's anything down here. Everything's been crispy crittered by the dragon. My question is, did he cook the fish? I mean, there's some burnt rubber right there.
Hi. There's talk of monsters emerging from the shallows all along the shore. Nasty things, too. The brine, they call them. They say they're many, and yet one, whatever that means. Seems this brine can be bested what's more. Not to do but avoid the water's edge.
That's nice to know. Unfortunately, we are heading around the water's edge. Because adventure. Now I will try to get some stuff done. We will progress on the main quest. But every adventure knows, look for the hidden loot. Like this. Harspud juice. I have to spend some time in my inventory figuring out what the heck is going on. I could have sworn there's something there. We can gather fish. Okay. I'll take a fish. Okay, so I think we're slightly encumbered. Now when this happens, our stamina and stuff is lowered. So let's take a look in the inventory. So we got curatives, we got some scrag of beast. This edible flesh, I think there's cooking in this game. Runoirish, consume recover a bit of health. These are handy. We will nom these down like crazy. Interventive, cures debilities. Harspud juice recovers a fair amount of health and stamina. That is nice. We can sort this, optimize. I think at one point you're able to. I don't think you can hotkey things. I'm not sure. I'll try. Bind, discard, no. So we got kind of our gear. Thrown to make noise. You can like kind of sneak and distract stuff. Vessel pie. We can throw it at people. Okay. Lantern, that's gonna be really helpful. Flamika. Powder that easily catches flame and combined with other materials to produce a lot of use. So we can make like fire bombs maybe? So we got a rusted sword and shield. Set of fisherman tatters and plebeian shirt. Raven the plebeian shirt. Yeah. Cloth greaves, no jewelry. This is kind of the equipment menu, it's a little different. The interface isn't perfect, but it does the trick. I can't really do anything else, I don't believe. Though I would like to see if I can hotkey things. It'll just teach us more as we go. I think it might lock out things if we just can't do them. Until it teaches us, like the jumping on monsters thing. I know you can do it, I just can't for the life of me remember how. And I tried quite a bit when I first fought the Chimera. Alright, So looks like we're entering kind of a market area. Not sure anyone's around.
Oh, it's a mercy so much the village was spared. I only wish I had more to offer.
Let's see what you have. So curatives, greenwash, Bearda. Oh, yeah, drive off hasteners to sleep. Got a pickaxe, which means we should be able to like mine stuff. Airtight flask, different perishing, so we can put food and stuff in there. Empty flask, and store water, which I believe are used for cooking and whatnot. Yeah, water on oil. Yeah, they're used for fuel for your lantern, and you can throw them at people and like set them on fire. Arrows. So we got kind of like the Zelda thing going on here in bombs. Materials, nope. Got some weapons. We have 2,000 gold, so part of me wants to buy some new gear, but I think we might get some new gear pretty early. Go to cap. Oh, so down here it shows what can use it. So yeah, there's 9 different classes you can choose from. Or yeah, we can be like a magic warrior, kind of a rogue warrior, or like a heavy version of the warrior. Sure, anything good? No, we'll leave that alone for
I
now.
only wish I had more to offer.
We will do some selling though. Like curatives. Don't want to sell any of this. You can sell the festival pie. I really don't care about that. Ceramic jug. Not terribly used for us. Just weighing this down. Go. Not weighing this. Sell that 80 gold. Something, I guess. Alright. And we'll just sell that. Little pocket money.
I only
And
wish I had. You're always welcome
lowers our
here.
weight. Now I could go around like looting everything, but I won't do that. I think yeah, like food and stuff. There's a fisherman's house. Alright, I think we've got wonderfully off track enough. What the fuck? He looks so confused.
That man you are speaking with, he's of the Pawn Legion. They come from some unknown place, just appear without a warrior.
That's so vague.
A strange lot.
No shit.
Not human, quite. They look the part, sure enough, but they lack the will, the spark, what drives us.
The explanation that the characters have no personality.
They have no capacity to feel nor act alone, so they live as sellswords. Myrmidons, they're called.
Which basically means sellswords. Well, not really. Myrmidons fight in arenas and are basically like gladiators. But instead of like fighting for glory, they fight for money instead. Which kind of like that. It's complicated. They are different, needless to say.
There's an encampment west of the village where men gather to face the dragon. I'd wager a fair number of his kind will be there as well. Why don't you take him? Might be you learn aught of why he came to you in the first place.
Before leaving, visit the store to make sure you've ample supplies.
Relevant stuff, quests, minimap, pawns. Yeah. Oh, you want to talk to me again?
That pawn will be looking to head. Why don't you see him?
Oh, it's the same stuff. Okay.
Why do you suppose the well is sealed?
So I think we should just go ahead and buy a sword or shield. I think a sword would be prudent.
You humans.
Normally what I do is I steal enough stuff
It seems
to
this place deals in arms and general supplies.
Oh,
I steal
and
enough
the
goods
beast
to
landed- Make- I only wish I had more.
buy the trusty sword and maybe a pickaxe. But since we're not gonna go and do that, let's see what we got. Staffs, shields. The pelt is really nice. 106 strength. That'd make me feel a lot safer. Some daggers. It would take too long to save enough for that, so we'll grab that. It'll be 1,000. We'll grab the round shield. Just about 1,800. Some new clothes. Talisman beads? Sure. We can do talisman beads. Just ring for the really nice ones, maybe. We can sell some junk later too. So elemental resistances will be explained later. They're not relevant at all at the moment. Yeah, clothes we can't afford, or cloaks. We get a hat? No, these are all too expensive. All right, we're gonna go with this. And now we're poor. Hooray! So we're gonna equip this new stuff. Now we look a little better. Kind of like a village militiaman kind of thing going on. Okay, so the resistances we have just 2% piercing resist. Later you can stack these up to ridiculous amounts. Like there's some sets of armor that will make this much more evident as far as resistances goes. And you'll want to have like maybe 2 or 3 sets in storage, because fighting different enemies, like they'll be fighting like the fire dragons and other stuff like that, and ice enemies, and they'll really mess you up if you have like negative resistances or just poor resistance. And you can gear up your rook too. He's already wearing these. But it is a good idea to gear your rooks if you can afford to do so, because they're really handy, and if they're just dying all the time because they're not geared, it's shit out of luck. Anywho, so we get out of there. And then I think
I only wish I had more to offer.
we're gonna sell. So we're not gonna be able to use this for a while, so I'm gonna sell that. Sell these. Anything else to sell? No. I really don't want to sell our curatives because those are handy, especially on the Green Witch. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to all of these. I could have like got from some more fish. I'll sell that and the meat. Oh, some of the meat. Yeah. And that's it for our
I
time.
wish I had more to offer.
We had fun bumbling around the village, and next part of our mission, I believe, is to check out this camp. But first, let's see if we can get out of here.
What? Do you need something?
Ass. There we go.
To the encampment. This path should see us there.
Just gonna keep running? Yes, there's an autosave function. Alright guys, we got this whole world to explore, which we shall do in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I will have more of this coming out. See y'all around.